Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing the sequel to Shatter Me, Unravel Me by Tahereh Mafi. And I just finished this book about like 10 minutes ago, and oh my goodness, this book, it hit me like a truck. Like, it was one of those really good sequels. Like, I really enjoyed this book a lot, and it caused me all the feels. Like, so many emotions just went through me. Like, my heart has just been through so much, and this book, it just destroyed me, like what Warner says. And this is the sequel to Shatter Me, which I read back in December. I'll link my book talk down below. I really enjoyed Shatter Me, but I didn't love it. I mean, I did, but I don't know. But this I loved. Like, this is definitely better than Shatter Me. So if you didn't like Shatter Me that much, definitely pick up Unravel Me, because it is definitely better than Shatter Me, and a lot happens. It's very quick paced. It's really good, and everyone should read it. Everyone should jump on the Shatter Me bandwagon because it's fantastic. And if you're gonna read Unravel Me, you have to read Destroy Me, which is this novella about Warner, and it starts off where you leave off Warner in Shatter Me. And if you read Shatter Me, you know what happens to Warner in Shatter Me. And I read Destroy Me back in January, beginning of February, and I loved it. Like, it made me love Warner, and things that happen in Destroy Me happen in this, so you need to know what happens in Destroy Me. It's one of those novellas where you have to read it before you pick up the next book. So read Destroy Me, then read Unravel Me, and then come back here so we can discuss it together. So bye, not spoiling people! Okay, so Unravel Me. This book, where do I even begin? Let's start off in the beginning, which in the beginning kind of got on my nerves because poor Juliet was back in like the asylum all over again. And yes, this is a place where it's happiness. Omega Point, it is a good place, don't get me wrong, but like, just how Juliet described it, I was like, you know, this is such an on-point description. Like, Omega Point is pretty much like the asylum, except more rights and more people, and everyone's not crazy, and everyone can relate to each other. And sorry, I had something in my eye, but I just felt really bad for her because just the way she was describing how these 2 weeks felt, how she rarely talks to anyone, she's always in this training room, and she's underground. Like, she feels like she never left her loneliness, I guess. And it was really sad for me to read about that, and I felt super bad for her. And Juliet, she just goes through the most through this book, and sometimes I couldn't take it because I feel like half of this book she's just like, I don't know what to do, I'm so confused, I'm so conflicted. Like, she just doesn't know how she feels, and I'm just like, but you do, you just say these things. And Juliet, I liked her more in this, but sometimes I was just like, okay, you just stop right there, okay? You need to figure yourself out, because she's just a very hard character to like, but I like her though, and she definitely redeems herself. Like, I'm really happy that she's going to accept who she is, and that's something huge about this book, about her accepting her power. And I loved how Kenji made that point where he was like, you haven't accepted it, like, you're in denial about it because you hate to live in your skin and everything. And, you know, Julia was all like, oh, I've accepted it, I've lived with it my whole life. But, you know, Kenji's so smart, you know, and Kenji, I love him. He was like one of the best parts of this book, honestly, and I thought he was going at the end, but he didn't. Which, that end, by the way, with Kenji was a little weird. Like, I was like, okay, so did Juliet or Warner touch him? I don't understand. But I want to talk about Adam for a second. I know that's out of the blue, but Adam, I felt so bad for Adam in this book. Like, oh my goodness, Adam just goes through the most, okay? And in my Shatter Me book talk, I go on and on about how much I love Adam and how I don't want him to have a power, and I'm pretty sure I go, even though he probably will, which he does. And his power, it's really confusing. Like, I don't understand it. So it's like, okay, so it's like he can disable things, and I don't get that. Disable, like, what he was saying about it, I was just like, this doesn't make sense though. And I know it's important because they were saying it was, and I was like, okay, I get that, but I guess the really important thing about his power is that every time he touches Juliet, his power drains, and Juliet makes him weak. And reading that, I was just like, you got to be kidding me right now, because I was Team Adam while reading Shatter Me, and then when I started reading this, I was a little confused, because I know that Juliet and Warner end up together, because I've been spoiled for that, which kind of ruined some of the Warnet moments for me in this, because I was just like, oh, but I got spoiled for this. I knew this was gonna happen, but still, I mean, I still loved all the Warnet in this book, but you know, it wasn't as enjoyable. But with Juliet and Adam, like, the relationship in the beginning was just, getting on my nerves, because Adam, oh my goodness, he wouldn't say how he was feeling, and I hate it when characters don't communicate. If you want to have a healthy relationship, you gotta talk things out. See, that's one of the problems I had with Tamlin and Farah, and that's why I don't like Tamlin anymore, and that's like one of the reasons why I guess I don't like Adam. I don't know, it's like the one thing I can't stand about him. He doesn't talk about things, and he just kept going on. He was like, oh, we can make this work, but you can't. Like, yes, one of the most important things in relationships are to have an emotional connection, to talk and stuff. But another big part of relationships, I'm sorry, I'm talking really quick, but one of the biggest parts of relationships is physical affection. You gotta have the emotional connection and also the affection, the attractiveness of your significant other. And since when Adam touches Juliet and he is hurting himself by doing that, no, that is not healthy. And thank goodness Juliet understood that, because if she went and said, oh yeah, we can make this work and not touch each other, like, no, that's so wrong. You can't do that, okay? Because in relationships, you gotta have that touch. Like, how can you go a relationship without kissing each other? And yes, I know Blue and Gansey do that, but you know, that's different. But this, like, they've kissed already. They know what it's like to touch each other. So when you want to have a relationship where you've already touched each other, but now you want to start over and not touch each other, it's like, you know that you can't do that, okay? It's, I could go on a rant about this, but I'm just really happy that Juliet moved on, because that was the only solution. They couldn't work it out. And when Adam at the end was like, I will find a way for us to work this out, I was just like, dude, you need to stop. Adam, I don't even know how to feel about him. And then it makes me sad that I feel all these things, because he does go through so much because of his power, and he hates himself that he can't touch her and he wants to be with her. Like, you have to feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, it's just, I just like want to slap him in the face. And then the whole father situation, the father situation, didn't see that coming. When Adam Sel Anderson, he was just like, wait a minute, that's my father. I was just like, I literally said out loud, oh no. And I'm at the beach right now, and I read that scene yesterday, I think, and I was laying down on the chair, and literally I said out loud to no one, oh no, because I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now. This is Adam and Warner's father, and Adam and Warner are brothers, and I think I don't know if Warner should know. Honestly, I kind of feel like he should, because, you know, if he and Juliet want to have a good relationship, shouldn't keep secrets from each other. But I don't know, and it's so hard. This is just so complicated. This is one of the most complicated love triangles ever, because now Juliet's had a relationship with both of them. It's just so complicated, and I don't know how to feel, and I could go on about this for hours, but I can't because I gotta go somewhere, so I gotta finish this up. But I really wish I had Ignite Me, because I own it, and I almost brought the book with me, but I didn't, and now I'm freaking out, and I need to know, because now, because of the end, literally Anderson shot Juliet, and I was like, oh, this is the end. But you know, there's a third book, so actually she doesn't die, and thank goodness Warner saved the day with his powers, which his powers are pretty cool. He can like takes people's powers, and when he touches Juliet, makes them stronger. So it's like, oh, well, isn't this ironic? The guy she did love can't touch her, but the guy she hates can touch her. It's just the irony of that. I loved it, and I'm really happy that Juliet and Warner were in that bed together, and just those thoughts she was having, and she was like, oh, chaos is coming, I'm leaving my clothes behind. I was just like, go girl, she's gonna kick some butt, and I'm so excited to read Ignite Me and get it when I go home on Saturday. I'm so excited to read Ignite Me. I'm really hoping Ignite Me is good. I hope it's a really good finale. Now I'm really excited. So I think those are my overall thoughts and feels. Overall, this was a really fun sequel for me. I really enjoyed it, even though I feel like this book talk was kind of like a rant. I did enjoy it. My favorite moment was that Warnette scene at the end, page like 396. You know what I'm talking about? That was really good, and those are my overall thoughts and feels. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm Courtney, and I'll see y'all next time with a new video soon, so bye! Yo!